Hey everyone, welcome back to M&M PTE NAATI YouTube channel. This is Manmohit. Now in today's video, I am going to share with you all a couple of tips and just wanted to discuss with all of you about repeat sentence topic. The topic from your speaking module gives you marks in your listening section as well, and that's one of the topic which students find a bit more challenging as compared to the other tasks, especially in the speaking, and obviously because it gives a hefty amount of marks in your listening module. So that is why this task can be challenging, because you have to listen and instantly you have to just speak out the answer, as in repeat exactly the same thing that you heard. So this can prove challenging. But again, depending upon if you're aiming for 65, 79, or even a perfect 90, or even 50 out of 90, tips can vary slightly, but then this video will cater to all of you depending on whatever scores you're aiming for. Also, if you need any extra time with me and Mohit one-on-one, we do also run 30 minutes and 1 hour one-on-one consultations where we can discuss all your doubts if you have, do a quick speaking test and give you proper constructive feedback on that as to what to improve and how to improve. We can also conduct a 1 hour full mock test one-on-one feedback where you would have given a full mock test, and then we can check all the questions in front of you to go through them to understand where you're lacking, what mistakes you have been making, and how can you correct those mistakes. If you need coaching, that's also available, but if you just need 30 minutes or 1 hour one-on-one time with us, you can get in touch with us on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for M&MMPT NAATI, or you can just click on the links in the description and you can find us there. Just message us there and we can take the conversation ahead. Same goes for NAATI, CCL Hindi, Punjabi or Gujarati. If you need the prediction files, which has got the most repeated dialogue audios in there, exam vocabulary, or if you need coaching or consultations for NAATI, Hindi, Punjabi or Gujarati, again, you can contact us on the Instagram or Facebook. M&MMPT NAATI, just search for there and we can take the conversation. Without wasting any further ado, let's dive straight into that. First thing first, I'll clarify one thing right away from the very beginning with you, is that Pearson is not expecting 100% accuracy from you. So take this thing out of your mind that you have to be perfect. You have to speak all the sentences perfectly without missing any words at all. I can tell you one thing right now, does not matter how good of a command you have of the English language, you just cannot achieve that 100% perfection in the exam. Even if someone is getting a perfect 90 on 90 in listening and speaking, it does not mean that they did not make any mistake in their listening module, in their repeat sentence topic. It just simply means that they performed exceptionally well, as in they did a great amount of repeat sentences, but then that does not mean that they were perfect. If I give you my example, obviously the ones where I have got a perfect 90 as well, and also so many of our students have got a perfect 90 in listening and the speaking module, they do not speak perfect. What computer is expecting from you is, can you speak at least 80% of the content right in most of the sentences? Just to give you an example, if you are someone who's aiming for 65 each out of 90, what Pearson wants is, if you get 10 sentences on an average in the exam, out of 10 sentences, you have to speak 5 sentences perfect, as in 100% content. But the other 5, even if you speak 80% content, or let's say even 50% content or more, but making sure that you're fluent and you're pronouncing all the words correctly, you can still easily get your 65 plus. 50% content means half of the sentence. But so 5 sentences out of 10 speaking perfect, and the other 5 just speaking 50% of it, and you can still easily get your 65 plus, because computer is happy with that amount of content. But yes, like I said, you have to be fluent. You have to make sure that you pronounce every single word correctly. You sound confident. If you are someone who's aiming for 79 plus, out of 10 sentences, if you get, you have to speak 7 sentences absolutely perfectly, as in 100% content. And the other 3 sentences, even if you just speak 50% of it, but again, making sure you're being fluent and pronouncing all the words correctly, you can still get 79. And for getting a perfect 90, slightly more. If you just speak out of 10 sentences, 8 sentences, 100% content, and the other 2 sentences, you speak at least 50% of the content or more. In that case, if you're being fluent and if you're pronouncing all the words correctly, you can still get a perfect 90 or 90. So this is what computer is looking from you. They know it's not humanly possible to speak like 15, 14 words all in a sequence without missing or adding any words. It's not possible. Even they know that. That is why your focus should not be towards perfection. Your focus should be towards making sure that you're fluent, making sure that you're pronouncing every single thing correctly, and making sure that Just speak as much content as you can perfectly, and you should be all good. Just refer to these benchmarks that I've given you. If you're aiming for 65 or 79 or a perfect 90, this is what computer is expecting from you. Another thing that I would like to discuss here is that people feel that repeat sentences is a memory test. Trust me, it's not. Repeat sentences is not a memory test. Yes, 15-20% of memory would help, that just retaining the words that you just heard, but 80% is purely dependent upon your understanding of the sentence and the phrases in the sentence. For example, now if I right now give you a sentence which is just 8 words, but I give that sentence to you in a different language, the language which you never have spoken, or the language which you cannot speak and understand. For example, if let's say if you come from India, and if I speak a sentence in Japanese, tell me one thing. If I speak 8 words in Japanese, how many words do you think you can speak back? I can assure you just 1 or 2 words, and that's how that would be, because your memory will help you to speak those 1 to 2 words. Why could not you speak the other 6 words? The reason is that you did not understand the meaning of the sentence, you did not understand the meaning of the phrases. Versus if I give you a sentence in English which is 8 words, I'm sure that most of you can speak at least 5 to 6 words, or if you're good, you can even speak 7, or let's say even a completely perfect sentence. Why? Again, your memory is not helping you to speak 8 words. Your memory is only helping you for 1 to 2 words, but what's helping you most is that your understanding of the sentences and phrases is so much. This is how the repeat sentences work. If I right now say today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, what your brain actually does while speaking is, because from whenever you started speaking English or listening to the English, your brain is familiar with the phrases in a sentence. As in bright sunny day, you would have heard this phrase so many times. In Adelaide, you never say on Adelaide or at Adelaide, something like in Adelaide. Today is a, how many times have you spoken these 3 words in your life? Today is a, so many times, right? That is why what you do is, when you listen to a sentence, you break the sentence into chunks, you break the sentence into phrases. Today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, so I'll break this complete sentence into phrases in my mind. Today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide. So 3 phrases, one big sentence broken into 3 phrases, and that is how I would be combining them and speaking it out. This is how I would be able to do a perfect repeat sentence. If you try to memorize, it is not going to happen. That's not possible. One final tip I can give you is, and that works for me, works for few students, can work for you. It may not work for you. It's not compulsion that you have to abide by this tip, but then if it works for you, it's well and good. Tip is taking initials for half of the sentence. Now, when you listen to a sentence, and this is what I actually do in my real exam, so I'm the, let's say, live example of what I would do in my exam. If you listen to a sentence, what I would do is, the way you take notes in the write from dictation, if you haven't watched the video, you can watch where we have explained the initials method. Whatever words you're listening, just write down the first letter of every single word, or as many words as you can write while the audio is being played. For example, if they said today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, while taking notes, what I'll do is today, so I'll write T-I-A, B for bright, sunny, I'll just type S, day, I'll just write D. So just the first letter. The moment that audio stops, stop writing. Do not focus just on writing, because if you keep on writing and do not speak in the first 3 seconds, we all know that the microphone will go off in the real exam. So the moment the audio stops, stop writing your initials. If you have written initials for, let's say, half of the sentence, or even for 3 or 4 words, then try to speak out the sentence. What those initials will do for you is, because you have got them written in front of you and you just heard the sentence, those initials will help you to recall those words. And once you speak first 3, 4, 5 words in a sentence, your brain actually kind of just help you to complete the complete sentence, because you just heard it. Try doing this method. Now, how many sentences you should try to see if that works for you? I would say try at least 25 to 30 sentences. Pick any 25-30 sentences, try taking initials for half of the sentence, try speaking them out. If you believe at the end of 30 sentences that you are performing slightly better as compared to what you were doing in the past, where you were not taking initials, I would definitely recommend you to adopt this method. If you believe that after trying 30 sentences, your performance has gone down instead of improving, do not use that method. That will not work for you. Like I said, it can work for someone, it may not work for someone, but yes, do try, because sometimes it can help you for sure. So this is what I wanted to share with you all in this particular video. Guys, practice is the key. The more you practice, the better you would become. And also the more sentences you practice, there's a better chance of you getting few sentences repeated in the real exam as well. So that's a bonus, that's a plus point. So do that. Like I said at the beginning, if you need some coaching or one-on-one time with us, you can again definitely get in touch with us on Instagram or Facebook, and we can have a chat over there. All the best to all of you if you have got your exams coming soon. Stay safe. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.